Welcome back to the Word Traction Network, everyone. And this is It's Too Marvelous, which for those of you who are fans of music that was written and performed a century ago, that is that was what we would call a Bing Crosby joint. I think it was Tommy Dorsey, maybe. Yeah, it's too marvelous. And Fabs, when I thought of the Fab, which popped into my brain this morning, is an expression the kids don't use anymore, but for it's fabulous. Fabs, of course, are the places that they manufacture chips. And I think in a misdirection, red herring Trump administration, look over here, don't look over there magic trick sense, that people are not focusing on the fab part of the program as much as they are on data centers. Data centers running up until the elections, people that have protested, municipalities and states that have implemented a moratorium, like New York and other states, which is a great idea. Make those that are constructing these sites and having the impact on the excuse me, the environment, on the availability of power, make them come to the table and describe fully the impact and how they're going to mitigate that before you give them the green light. And what has happened so many times, we touched on it yesterday, that the your Department of Justice, Donald Trump thinks of Todd Blanche and the Department of Justice as his private attorneys, and they are not. You should be able to think of them as yours because they are paid with your tax dollars. But the DOJ is going into states, counties, municipalities, and threatening legal action if these neighborhood groups or governmental entities have the temerity to say no to King DJT. We don't want these in our backyard. Listen, data centers in some form are really an inevitability, but it has to be managed in a way sensibly, not like Trump, sensibly, equitably. Right? The DEI of it, if you will, Donald, do it fairly. And they're not doing that. They're trying. There was the story that we talked about either yesterday or before the weekend, where our favorite criminal, Elon Musk, on straddling the border between Mississippi and Tennessee, the dirty part of the operation in Mississippi, where the gas turbines did not pass EPA muster before they were turned on, and they power a data center. And now, like Donald Trump does with everything else, it's an emergency. It's a national security imperative that we have this particular power from this particular Grok data center. They're only doing kiddie porn on the weekends. During the week, they're doing really serious national security shit. So we need this. We're going to fight you and we're going to sue you. We're going to use our free legal to handicap any effort to slow down the use of this data center. And that'll be on repeat. That they are suing the governmental entities, and they are also suing groups, um, NAACP. They are suing, the whole alphabet. Any group that is standing up for the interests of landowners, consumers, common citizens that don't want their air polluted. They don't want a constant din running 24/7 next to their kids' school. All reasonable things. Again, it's an inevitability that we will need more data centers before. I mean, Elon wanted to say, Elon and Mark Zuckerberg, chill. We're going to do this in space. We can pollute space as much as we want because no tidal issues up there. But we're going to be doing that really soon. So just allow us to do this here until we're up in space, which will be in like 15 to 20 minutes. Everything will go to space, right? Which is the same kind of DJT bullshit that we hear every single day. They're not ready to do that. Ultimately, yes, data centers will be in space. There will be smaller data centers that are, like large satellites. And there will be many of them, just like there are many Elon Musk, um, SpaceX satellites littering space right now. And that will continue. And there will be fights between, US, China, Russia, and other big players in that market on whose shit crashed into whose shit, causing damage and who has the right of way. But back to the misdirection, the red herring of the day. What is not marvelous, what is not fabulous, is while you're worried over to your right, and like, shit, our electricity bills are going to triple within a year. That's going to happen because we have evidence from other states, other jurisdictions. While we're focused on that, and it's a campaign issue, and there are waivers, delays, moratoriums, all of the different things, there are FABs. Right? The FABs are coming. Of course, the most, Taiwan Semiconductor, that has its own problems wrapped up in it because, of course, China can put the entire world into a financial tailspin if they just decided to be a little bit more aggressive with Taiwan. Donald Trump and the United States are not going to stand up to him because it's already agreed. Japan isn't ready to do that, nor should they be expected, perhaps, to fight the battle for the rest of the world against China taking Taiwan. But that's an issue for a different day. Fabs, without chips, we're fucked. We have some that are operational in the United States. We have all sorts of shit going on in Arizona, some in Texas, some in Ohio, various Micron and other companies, and they can produce, a sophisticated chip at increasing volumes. It's a wonderful thing. It's onshoring. It's the same shit that Trump was lying about bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. That isn't going to happen, and we still have the automotive industry play that he's going to pull after the midterms. And I keep teasing that because it's going to be so absolutely magnificently delightful that I want you to be able to say that you heard it here first. But I'm not giving you much to work with because I don't want to kind of spill the tea, as the kids no longer say. But Fabs, a average to large fab, uses the same amount of water as a city of 300,000 people. 300,000 people. And that ain't going to change quickly. Of course, in the future, well, with AI, we're going to figure out different types of cooling mechanisms to do this in a way that is less impactful on drinking water. We're not there yet. We ain't going to be there very soon. And so we're properly focused on the cost of the data center draw on electric grids. But the fabs have the potential. Think about Generating more electricity is one thing and it's money, and it doesn't take a ton of time, relatively speaking. Generating more clean drinking water, that's a little bit tougher trick. I mean, yeah, you can truck it in. I mean, yes, I lived in Venezuela. I know that there used to be water trucks at certain times of the year, and they would fill up a cistern. And when there wasn't sufficient rainfall, then you get on with your life. And there's some 3 4 day periods when you don't have water. It's just the way shit goes. We're not ready for that in the United States. I don't think that our citizens are ready to handle that. Water, I'm no doctor, but that seems to be kind of important. And the idea of buying bottled water to bathe in seems a little bit cumbersome. So that's kind of the red herring. That is the look at the shiny thing that we're fighting about over on the right, and maybe they won't consider what we're going to do to the potable water supply. Rivers, we see this every day. There's this thing, global warming is not fake news, whatever you see on Fox. It's a real thing. The melting of the ice cap, all the things that are going on that are conspiring ecologically to mean that we're going to have less water, not more in the future. Yeah, I mean, more glaciers melting, that sounds like a Fox News piece. Like, can you believe the radical left is talking about water when this glacier melts next week, there's going to be enough drinking water for all of Idaho. Yeah, that's the beauty of Rupert Murdoch's baby. Yeah, so I wanted to highlight that because it's not reported as frequently. I'm not I'm not I'm not going to offer a solution that doesn't involve violence against tech bros, and that wouldn't be polite. So I'm going to pass on doing that. But it is something that uh, should garner equal attention to the impact on power, on electricity, that the FABs have an inexhaustible appetite or thirst, excuse me, for water that they mix with some truly deadly chemicals as well. So there's kind of a two-level risk that we're gonna drink you dry, and then the water that we do steal from you, we're gonna return to the environment in a way that it's going to do damage to groundwater supplies for decades. So how do you like us now? And that's all of the usual suspects. That's Elon, of course, at the top of the food chain. He's the richest and the most deadly. That's Zuckerberg. That is DJ Jazzy Jeff Bezos. And we'll give some props to Mark Andreessen, the man that raises all the money for them. To Tim Cook at the end of his Apple adventure, nearly, and in all the regular cast of Dario Amodei. We think of him as the kinder, gentler, not Sam Altman, but Amadei's the thinking man's, his wife with an appreciation for adult art, adult art films featuring more of the body than many other art films may. But that doesn't make her a bad person. Many of us are adults here. We don't behave like it at all times. But yeah, all of these guys, they need these things. They need the chips. Wouldn't they prefer to be able to make the chips just like generating their own electricity? And then they wouldn't get shit from you, from me, and from the media all day long, and they could just go on and be fabulous, live their fabulous lives. But we want to make sure to point attention at that. So if you're at a local meeting and everybody, 99 out of 100 people have a um, fuck data centers t-shirt on, like, hey, maybe I should bring a F the Fab shirt because equal time. And in certainly substantial and similar damage to our our lives and our well-being going forward. So thank you. That is you're too marvelous. You're a fab. I'm being stalked by a raptor right now. Once again, the one that I can always hear, can't quite see. It's a hawk or a falcon because that's what we got around here. It's not an eagle. But he's very noisy, very hungry, and the dog should be scared because reportedly, from those that have the vision to do so, it's a big ass fucking bird. So yeah, I think I'm safe. I'm probably an older kind of treat than he or she wants to deal with, and I'm bitter and mean. So thank you. Have a beautiful day. Be kind enough to. I'm going to start saying subscribe, restack. I said, how about restack, subscribe? Many of you that are here are subscribers. But what my goal is to get this, whether you love it, hate it, find value, don't. Of course, my goal, because that's how these things happen. It's engagement. Engagement comes from restacks, likes, shares, and sharing on other platforms would be much appreciated. So thank you for that. I'm going to probably turn the camera a little bit. The sun isn't directly on me. Um, and yeah, so I'm going to try to do this carefully, wishing you a beautiful day and be back with you sometime tomorrow. Thank you very much.